Hi everybody, welcome back to Strike Fighters 2 for another F-105 mission. Following the career of our pilot Curtis Bradley, flying the F-105s out of Tockley Air Force Base, or Royal Thai Air Force Base actually, with the 334th Tactical Fighter Squadron. This is October 9th, 1965, as we're heading towards our 100 mission total. And today we have another air defense suppression mission, so let's take a look at that and go get through the briefing real quick, and then we'll get airborne, and then we can talk about some other stuff. So firstly, suppress enemy air defense threats around Futo chemical plant. Futo, this is going to be then northwest of Hanoi, up the Red River, upstream up the Red River. Destroy enemy anti-air artillery units. Operating in the vicinity will be callsign Zebra, 4 F-105s. Takeoff at 8:57. Returning to base around 10:06. We'll see how that goes. But on target by 9:25. So that's important because we are going to be an air defense suppression mission. So we got to get there before our strike team gets there, and that can be very difficult in Strike Fighters 2 because the AI flights, they will go really fast to the target sometimes, and they're not going to wait for us, and they don't care how far away we are. So, you know, we do our best, but these kind of missions we usually have to really push the throttle, and regardless of fuel consumption. So, anyways, we'll see how that goes. So first off, our loadout today, it's going to be slightly mixed, but primarily we're going to try using the Bullpup missiles again. I seem to recall that last two times maybe that I had these out, they did not work for me, even though they had worked just dandy in training, in practice. So we'll take them out today. They're perfect for these very lightly armored individual AAA units. They're garbage against structures such as bridges or reinforced buildings. They were notoriously bad for those kind of targets, but this kind of target, soft, lightly armored targets, probably perfect for this kind of munitions. So let's bring it out today, and we'll give that a go. On the outer pylons, I've got two LAU-3 rocket pods and a single centerline belly tank, 650 gallons. My wingman, Zebra 2, he is going to be, he's rocking the 2 cluster bombs on the outer pylons. Then he's going to have 8 white phosphorus bombs, the AN M47A4 model. So we'll be seeing some white explosions from this guy, but then, getting back to Bullpup missiles on Zebra 3 and 4 on the second element. Also backing up with the rocket pods. Now the AI notoriously fires rockets first when they have a bomb and rocket mixed load. I guess we're going to see. I don't remember if they will favor the guided missiles, keeping in mind that the game considers it a guided missile. In real life it was not. It was pilot controlled, but in terms of, or for the purposes of game mechanics, this is a guided missile. So will it fire this first? Will it give this preference? I hope so. And if not, then they'll go through their rockets, and then they'll come around with the Bullpups. So, yeah, that's what that is. Total weight of 47,000 pounds for the flight, in or on takeoff, I should say. Looking at the map, no custom route today. Again, we have to get there as fast as possible. And actually it doesn't even matter, because normally the custom routes that I set up are going around Thud Ridge here, and we're not even going, past the ridge today, so this actually works out. I don't need to change anything, and there's no reason to anyway, so it's all good. So yeah, so we're gonna rush here. We'll get to our initial point as fast as possible, and then dive in on the target. Egress to the west, climb back up, return to Tockley. Roster for today: Second Lieutenant Curtis Bradley in command, my wingman. Second Lieutenant Thomas Null. Leading the second element, First Lieutenant Albert Coe, and number 4 is Clifton Lamberry. Alright, that's going to be it. Let's get out on the runway and get airborne. and then yeah, we'll see. We'll look around and see what other flights are in the air today. Oh, actually, one thing. So we are doing Futo Chemical Plant. Give me a second. Let's look to see if anyone. Okay, so here's that was actually quite fast. Found our flights really quickly here. Here's the strike flight going to Futo Chemical Plant. It's going to be 8 Skyhawks coming off the Enterprise. Yay, go Enterprise! So that's VA-76. So they are our strike flight. So we got to beat these guys to the punch before they get there. And then additionally, off the Midway, we've got the Sundowners sending 8 Crusaders as top cover. So those are our escorts, technically escorting the A4s, but they'll be in our area. So those are our 2 flights to keep an eye out for. That's Anvil and Memphis. So we'll be seeing them here, and unfortunately, you can see, you know, depending on when they launch, we have twice the distance to go to get there. Sort of curious that the Navy flights are waiting for us to do AAA suppression. You know, normally they would supply their own plane, so I don't know what's up with that, but I guess we're all one big happy family. Okay, so now for real, let's head out to the runway and get airborne. I'll see you out there.
Zebra 1, tower, wind 060 at 15, cleared for takeoff. Contact departure.
Alright, throttle up through the gate, full afterburner on the roll now, looking for 180 on the speed tape there for rotation, and we are underway. Gotta get going quickly here. There's 150, and there's 180, back on the stick a bit. It's 10 degrees up, plane comes off the ground. Flaps retract at 240, somewhere thereabouts. Then we'll come off the afterburner, accelerate up to 400 knots. And in fact, switch over to waypoint 3. And we'll get right on course here and start going, because, like I said, those Navy strike flights wait for no man. So if we don't get there on time, you know, we'll be coming in all Johnny come lately after the strike has already happened, and that's just embarrassing. But sometimes can't be avoided, I guess, in this game. Contacting Red Crown as we begin the climb out. 3's just getting airborne. We're just going to let them catch up when they can, those wingmen.
Red Crown, radar contact.
Alright, so there we go. We've blown past 400, so now we can start pitching up. Pitch to maintain 400 up until Mach 0.8, and then climb up to 27,000 today for the flight in. And as we make our way up, let's talk about a few things. So firstly, where have I been? That is a question, because I'm pretty sure last time I talked to you guys, it was probably right after the college graduation, and it was probably in July, and I was excited and looking forward to, you know, just getting organized and making a bunch of videos. Well, almost immediately after that happened, my wife got fired from her job. This is the job that moved us out here to California, which I hate. I just hate the weather here so much, and they moved us out here, and then they let her go for bogus reasons. It was nothing that she did wrong. it was not nice. It was quite the shock. So that happened, and then almost immediately on the heels of that, it turns out we learned that her mother is having medical problems and is gonna have to come live with us. So becoming unemployed, like losing the job, and then the thought of having to prepare for a stranger to come live with us was just, it was a 1-2 punch that I was not able to cope with, or I shouldn't say cope with, but I was completely not in the mood for making videos at that point. So that was back in September, I guess that happened, or late August. And then we ended up traveling back east, back to Connecticut for the holidays. And then we actually had some visitors out here. So, I don't know, life's just been busy. And, man, just the thought of sitting down and digging out all of my notes and, preparing all of my stuff to record, getting the microphone situated and all that stuff, just, I don't know, overwhelming. Not even overwhelming, just, not interested in doing it, you know? So anyways, that's the story behind that. Good news is that she is now jobbed once again, jobbed. In fact, this week she's in Seattle for week 1. Her first day of work was on Monday. This is a Wednesday, so she is there all week for manager onboarding training up there. So she'll be back at the end of the week, and then she reports on site next week. So, I mean, you know, that's progress has now been made. We have a Wolfpack flight out to our right. That looks like maybe another Air Force flight as well. Coming up on 27,000. Oops. And we'll hit the wing leveler. Cruise speed is Mach 0.86, although, again, we kind of have to stay on the power to make sure that we get there on time, so. Alright, let's take a look around. Yep, here's that Wolfpack flight, and it's another flight of F-105s, actually. Interesting. Not sure where their target might be, but they're fully kitted out with their bomb rack load. Okay, here's Python. Flight of 4 A4s. Strike flight, obviously, with those bombs slung underneath. And Trout flight is just departing. Looks like they just took off from the carrier behind them. Reconnaissance F8 Crusaders. VFP 63. So that's interesting. The PP tailcode indicating that it's photograph reconnaissance. There's a Colt. There's an AN-2 randomly up in the sky over Hanoi here. Okay, here is Memphis flight. PA-76, was this our guys? There's 8 of them. It was Anvil and somebody else. Was it Memphis? This might be our strike flight. That would suck if they're up already, because they shouldn't launch for another half an hour almost. Oh shit, yeah, here's Anvil. Here's the escort flight, VF-111, the Sundowners. 8 of these bad boys, they're up and flying. Well, that sucks. That is very poor timing. I was hoping that we would just be alone in the sky for a while without major strike flights launching it. I guess that's not going to be the case. we're not even out of Thailand yet, and they're like out over the ocean. Well, nothing I can do about it, so I guess when we get there, and we will attack whatever is on the ground. I'm at full military power now. We're just gonna do that until we get there. How's our fuel? We're already... We're at, what is that? 1,500 pounds of fuel in the drop tank. Well, I guess nothing else to report for a while, and even...
Zebra, lead, red crown, bogey, 12 o'clock, 50 miles, Angel 5,
Okay.
heading northwest.
Single bogey down at 5,000 feet. I bet that's the AN2 that we saw just a second ago. So, but yeah, so nothing else to report, I guess, and nothing to see because of this cloud cover. A typically cloudy Vietnamese day down there. So, let's go ahead and skip ahead, and I'll meet back up with you as we are approaching our descent down to the initial point. How about that? Okay. Okay, so here's a bit of good news. As we continue along here, here's Memphis and Anvil flight just on the right side of the screen coming into view. So it looks like we're not as screwed as I thought we were, because they have actually, they're not going straight into the target. They actually had them angled down to the south here towards us. So we're continuing on at full power, but hopefully we'll be able to rendezvous with them and actually get a little ahead of them and be able to make our way into the target first. Because you can see there, it looks like they're kind of perpendicular with us, maybe slightly angled to the north, but they're also down a lot lower than we are, so I'm hoping that the high altitude cruise will let us catch up, and then we'll dive down and I guess get them in front of them there. Looks like that's Tan Hoa that they're just to the west of. Just starting to see Ninh Binh up there to the top, so...
Zebra, lead, red crown, bandit.
More bandits being called out.
Miles, Angel 10, heading north.
So, yeah, so that's the update there. We're just still up here. Looks like Mach 0.88. And with luck, we'll be able to get ahead of these guys. Yeah, here we go. So here's Memphis 1. Wow, those are the F-105s. The other F-105 flight. Looks like the two flights flew through each other. That's not great. Luckily, no collisions. Jeez. But anyways, Memphis flight. If you can see in the back there, you've got the second row, which is the other four Skyhawks, and then back there you've got the first and second row of escort F-8s. So this is a huge flight on its way into the target, and then we are, I don't know, up there somewhere, off to the left. We're 30 miles away from the initial point. Actually, probably not a bad time to maybe begin our descent. Looks like the drop tanks are empty. So let's go ahead and...
Zebra, lead, red crown, multiple bandits, 12 o'clock, 50 miles, Angel 10, heading southwest. Welcome.
Alright, there go the tanks. Wing leveler is off. Let's go ahead and begin our descent. Back down through the clouds and on our way to the target. Oh yeah, you can see there's the initial point. Looks a lot closer here on the map. But it looks like the other two flights are also heading for it, so... yeah, if we can just scoot out ahead of them here, that would be just dandy. Verify that Bullpup is selected. Watching the speed tape, we do have a speed limit on these bullpups of 450 knots down low. Like once we're under, I think it's 20,000 feet, honestly, or maybe even 15,000 feet. But basically, 450 is supposed to be our speed limit here.
Lead, red crown, multiple bandits, 12 o'clock, 25 miles.
Okay, 12 o'clock, 25 miles. That's fairly close. See if they're coming this way or not. Those other friendly flights should be off to our right somewhere. Just trying to see if I can pick them up visually yet. Oh, we're all coming in kind of the same time here. Back up to mill power. I'm just gonna ignore those munition flight restrictions at the moment. Where the hell are these guys? I didn't think that I'd be able to see them at this point. Well, 4 miles from our initial point. Let's just continue in, not hit any of these mountains. Double check that the bullpup is selected. They've probably passed behind us now. Uh-oh.
Memphis lead. We're approaching our target. 5 minutes. Memphis 1. Red Crown. Copy. Red Crown. Wolfpack mission. 5 minutes to our target. Wolfpack 1. Red Crown. Copy that.
Okay, a lot of radio chatter going on. It looks like everyone just hit their initial points all at the same time, including us, which is good for timing. Oh, way out there. There they are. Probably. Oh, shit! We just lost a friendly plane off there to the left. Oh my god, look at them go. I was gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see these guys because of the, they're so small against the gray sky, but someone just got knocked down over there.
Trout 1. Red Crown. Copy that. Sam on! Sam on!
Was it a Sam? I don't know. But now I've lost them again. Man, they are really hard to see.
You've got a bandit at 6 o'clock.
Alright, sounds like bandits over there. We're 6 miles. Oh, that's one button. I want Flight 1 to start engaging ground. Pop up a little bit. Nose back over. I am looking for... There's a primary target. Let's go for that.
Fox 2. Target destroyed. Bound away. Target destroyed.
Oh, you got my target, man. Alright.
Target. Debuff. Lead. Red Crown. Mission accomplished.
Oh, that was number 2 dropping his, whatchamacallit, bombs. Cluster bombs. I don't know why my brain went to crustacean bombs for a split second, and that was funny, but completely nonsensical. Alright, I want to line up this, on this machine gun on the way back. So let's just keep pulling to keep up the speed there. We're around 450. Wow, there's the strike. Just plowed right through that that power plant there.
Fox 2.
What's scary is that strike flight might have oh, secondary explosion might have dragged those MiGs right over this target, so we need to be on the lookout for those because it's completely possible that they're in the area come to get us as well, so... Come on. Okay, so line up, line up, line up. Missile away. Oh, it's tracking! Oh, we got it! Yes, we finally got a Bullpup to work. Outstanding. Whoa, over the top of this guy as we're back on the afterburner here. That was a truck, so I think that's the ZIL 157. We've just got a wingman get hit. Not sure from what or where. Oh, jeez. What is going on? Could be the same wingman twice. Could be someone's making a run. Here, what? Rejoin, rejoin, rejoin.
Copy. I rejoined.
Let's get everyone to just knock it off, get back in formation. I'm gonna fire my second Bullpup here, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's get down under 450. There. Firing Bullpup. Rifle. Okay, it's tracking. And another direct hit. Yes, we got both of them to work this time. Okay, down low and fast, past the target. There was gunfire coming from the middle of that complex. So let's go ahead and avoid that. Let's turn the HUD back off as we're gonna just make our egress now. Okay, there is course. Okay, let's check in 8 formation, spread out. Oh, we've lost 3. 2 and 4 still back there somewhere.
Waypoint 7. Python 1. Red ground. Copy that.
Smoke disappearing off in the distance there. Oh, look off to the right there. There's a smoke plume up there in the hills. Oh, that might have been our number 3.
I got one.
Oh, retribution. One of those escorts just got a MiG. God knows where they are. Looks like, okay, looks like they're all back into our left. Anvil flight is engaging back there. Hey, Flight 1, you are returning to formation, yeah?
Roger that. I rejoined it.
I'm just double checking.
Memphis lead. Manson waypoint 7. Memphis 1. Red ground. Copy that. I'm hit.
Another friendly, taking damage. Alright, well, we still have the rocket pods, but I don't want to hang out in the target area. There's no reason to. The strike already happened. We got there just before the strike, so I guess kind of perfect timing in that we arrived there seconds before the strike flight, so they would have potentially, the gunners would have targeted us first, and then not have had time to switch over to the strike flight, which came in moments later, so... And then beyond that, we were still able to get a bunch of kills. Both of the Bullpups worked this time. One of the problems before might have been either that I was too close, or I might have actually been launching above 450 knots, which I just reread was the launch speed limit. I don't remember, it's in my notes, I don't know where I got that from. It might have been from the actual pilot's handbook for the F-105. Honestly, I don't remember, but slowing down to a maximum of 450 knots, putting the Pipper right on the target that time, I don't know, I was able to get him to work both times. And I guess we were fairly close. I mean, we certainly were not 10 miles out. So, speed or... maybe speed was the single factor from before why I wasn't getting them work. I honestly don't remember what I was doing back then in the other episodes. So, could have been that. Could have just been luck. A little combination of everything. Okay, well, we're on our way back, so we're good. 75 miles to the next target. Climbing back up to cruise altitude here. We're just going to keep the rockets on the wings. I don't know if they would have jettisoned rockets on the way back. It's not like it's a full bomb load or anything, so I don't know what they would have done in real life, but I'm just going to keep them on the hard points and just bring them back to base so we can reuse them. I was happy to see that it looked like the wingmen did fire their bullpups first, and then maybe went back with rockets. But as on our first pass, as we were coming in, they were calling out rifles. So I mean, they were firing those suckers right away. So it seems like those missiles do get preference over the rockets. So good to know. Oh, somebody's back there strafing still. That's interesting. Yeah, that's 25,000. We'll call it quits there. I'm not going to go up to the full 35 for the cruise back, but we will pull the power way back now. Check in behind us. That looks like number 2 is back there. We saw him. He still had a couple of cluster bombs on him. Yeah, here's 2. He definitely dropped a bunch, but has a bunch more still on. Okay, there we go. There's 4. He's way back there. 4 fired one of his bullpups. He's still got 1 on board, and then he also has his rockets available. So let's just bring all this shit back. It lives to fight another day. Oh, 2 missiles in on this J5. Oh, J5 took him out. Those were 2 sidewinders fired from, a third one just went by, from Anvil F8s. You can see him down low there, breaking off and away. Here's Anvil 1. He's got some problems. There's the plume going down from the one J5 in the background. He has major damage to the vertical. Rudder's shot off. Seems to be still in the fight, though, which is interesting. Oh my god, and he's right by the AN2, which is mixed up in the fight, very unfortunately for them. Anvil lead is coming around. I guess he's going to try to finish him. Though he's definitely having turning problems with the lack of vertical rudder. What's he going to do here? He's sliding in behind him. Is he going to try to sidewinder him? Seems unlikely. Oh, another Anvil F8 pulling in right behind him. Seems like maybe he's going too slow for these pilots. Oh, geez, he's got the air brake out. Yeah, he's trying to, like, set up a gunshot right behind him. He's down 170 knots. He's just hanging on the jet here. Oh, my God. Oh, wow, that could have been bad. There we go. This guy behind Anvil is firing sidewinders, except that the leader is out in front of him. The potential of a sidewinder going crazy and following the leader is really, really high, so... Oh my god. That was Anvil 2-3. I thought he collided with him. I think I saw a little Ooh, puff of smoke there, though. I think he actually came right in and fired the guns on him. He seems no worse for wear, so they did not crash into each other. There was not a collision. But, yeah, strike 1 and 2. Alright, coming in back to Tockley here. Just south of the airbase. We're gonna get lined up with the runway here for the overhead. Looks like the wingmen are still with me. So they opted to not brake on their own this time, so we'll give them the order to brake over the airfield. I think that's what's happening. That looks like number 4.
Zebra 1, tower, wind 060 at 15, runway 36 in use.
15 knots, a bit of a crosswind, but at least it's actually coming from the north today, so that is good.
Zebra 1, tower, wind 060 at 15, clear to land.
A bit fast coming over the top of the strip here, but that's all right. Let the speed bleed off. Yeah, number 4 is sort of just randomly with me, so let's see. Flight 1. Where is it? Return to base.
Roger that. Head back to base.
A little bit of throttle. Go down towards the end of the runway here. Too much air brakes because this plane it bleeds so much speed off in the turn. Just hold it as we come around. Flip the brakes coming out on downwind. Gears coming down. Flaps are coming down. What's approach speed? Approach 2, what does that say? Approach of 220, 188 on final. Okay, so we're right on speed there. Gaining a bit of altitude. Let's go. Brakes out, hold high throttle there. We're beam of the landing area, so we'll go into base to final. Not been in this plane for a long time. Am I going to grease this, or is it going to be an embarrassing landing? Also, I've been doing a lot of Navy landings in other games with other planes, so we got to actually flare. Something I am not used to at this point. Something very gratifying about just dumping it down the runway like a ton of bricks. Okay. Get down to about 188 there. There's around 190. Idle throttle. Go. Not bad. A little bouncy, but on center line and right near the end of the runway. Nose wheels down with full back pressure, so we're on the brakes now. Oh, here's the taxiway. We'll turn off here. Flaps up, brakes back in. Stick going a little crazy down there. I think my joystick might be dying. It's favoring going to the right. It makes me sad. I feel like I just got this not too long ago. I use the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro, which I like the stick a lot, and sometimes they last a long time, but they're also, I mean, what are they? It's like a $30 or like $40 joystick. It's actually quite a cheap joystick. But I've had some last me for years, and other times they go a little wonky. Yeah, weird. Anyways. Oh, let's bring it to a halt here. Ooh, Shift 0? Yep, is canopy. Awesome. Remembered that. Alright, down safe and sound. We're going to taxi over to the stand. And we'll meet you over in the debriefing room. We'll take a look and see how this mission went. But overall, I would say quite successful. Alright, with our objective to suppress enemy air defenses around the Futo chemical plant, flight time was 1 hour 5 minutes. 4 primary targets were destroyed when we lost that one F-105, which sadly we knew that. However, the rating was a success, score of 1100. Man, who was it Lambert? No, it was I think it was Albert Coe. Missing. Ugh. I feel like oftentimes MIA just means they can't recover the body, and they have not been confirmed as a POW, so he might just be dead out there. But Clifton Lamberry made it back. Well, let's, if that's even the right guy I'm thinking of. Yeah, Coe. Yep, Albert Coe. Damn, 14 missions missing. I mean, we were deep in Vietnam. I find it highly unlikely that he would somehow turn back up, but I mean, I guess Dieter Dangler was deep in enemy territory and he was recovered. So, whatever, a year or 2 years after he was shot down, however long it was. So, I mean, I guess they can pull him out, but it just seems unlikely. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so fired 2 Bullpup missiles for 100% success rate today. So we actually got 2 kills with Bullpups. Let's see, Zebra 2. He dropped those cluster bombs. It says he didn't get a hit, but he actually got that kill. We watched it happen. He cluster bombed that S60 or whatever it was down there right by the site, so he got the kill. Coe actually got 2 kills with the Bullpups, so I'm not sure then what happened. I'm not sure if he was hit by AAA or maybe one of the MiGs in the area. I guess we can look at the log and find that out in a second, or if he just augured in to that hillside, which would be so unfortunate. But here's Lamberry getting a Bullpup kill as well. Yeah, so 924 right out of the gate. Coe and Lamberry firing their missiles. Oh, that's interesting. First Lieutenant Coe hit a generator building, highway bridge, and a generator building, destroying the generator building. So he got a building kill with the missile. What was he aiming at? That seems unusual. Perhaps he was aiming at AAA, and the missile actually went ballistic and just hit a target of opportunity that was in front of it. Curious. I'm not sure what the... Oh, yeah, actually we do know what the story is, because it says right here, at 2510, he fired the missile at this 12.7mm heavy machine gun. So it must have just gone down and then actually detonated in the midst of these other targets, and he got a collateral hit. So interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh no, here we go. At 9:25:48, we had a J5 Fresco firing at First Lieutenant Coe. I bet he was the victim of a MiG kill. Yep, right here. 9:26 even. He was hit by several 37 and 23 millimeters all at the same time, which means that poor F-105 probably just vaporized around him. Who knows if he even got out then. First Lieutenant Ko was shot down near Viet Tree, northwest. So that sucks. We had all those F-8s in the area. They had a real problem kind of shooting down or being on top of actually getting these enemy fighters before they got us. We saw that A4 get knocked down as well, so it seems likely that was probably a pass from a MiG, or as the case may be, J5, but you know, we just refer to everything as MiGs. So that was me firing my second missile. We hit the ZIL 157, that was the truck with the ZPU-1 in the back, destroying it, and then we basically got out of there. A couple more rounds fired at us, but we were basically out of the area by 9:29 and 5 seconds, and made it successfully home. So a good mission overall. Sad that we lost the one F-105 to enemy fighter fire. I'm actually surprised. Oftentimes the AAA defense or suppression missions, we lose a plane to ground fire. So to actually have lost it to sort of a passing J5 is a little sad, but I mean, I don't know, that's war for you. There's not much we can do about it. We lived, we made it back, we'll wake up another day, so, I mean, you gotta be thankful for that. Alright, well, thank you for joining me on this little mission. And, yeah, my plan is to not do any editing today, because it's getting a little late in the afternoon, but, yeah, get this thing out. Maybe this at the end of this week, or maybe this weekend, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, it doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm rambling on about that, because by the time that you're seeing it, it will have been done and be out. But thanks again for bearing with me and being patient with my very spotty release schedule. I think I would like to do a couple other Strike Fighters recordings in the next few days. I really would love to get back to my Meteor with the 1950s RAF campaign, because I really like that campaign, and I like learning about planes from that period from other countries. So yeah, so thank you once again. Join me then to see what our next adventure is going to be, and hopefully it'll be soon. Have a great day out there.